Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The U.S. records more than 25 million coronavirus cases, and experts say that it's time to double down on safety measures and speed up on vaccine distribution to keep cases from spiraling further out of control. In the meantime, more cases of the highly contagious UK variant are being detected here in Metro Detroit. Plus, a Wixom man charged with attacking an officer at the Capitol during the deadly siege is due in court today. We'll tell you what we can expect. But first, round 2 is on the way. It's going to be mostly dry this afternoon, but more snow is on tap. So we're going to have a timeline for you as the weather tops our news here at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy. After a pretty significant amount of snow that we saw on Sunday, we have our eyes to the skies as we take a live look outside at our sky cam there. Let's check in with meteorologist Brandon Roof for a look at what we can expect this afternoon.
Evrod, the Sunday storm was 1 to 3 inches, with a few areas getting a little bit more, like the winner of the Mega Millions, Novi, saw about 3.5 inches, but this one will be a little bit more. Just know that it is not during the daylight hours today. Even your evening drive is safe. 29 in Ann Arbor, 31 Monroe. It is 30 Port Huron. The winds are not real strong, but still feels about 5 degrees chillier than the air temperature as you're heading out and about on this Monday afternoon. Gray, dull skies. That will be with us through the day. Increasing clouds. 32 degrees. That northeast wind, 5 to 12, does add a little bite, especially east siders. And there's our storm down to the south in a couple of different branches. We're going to put it all together for you. Just know dry air winds out for today, so no snow yet. Probably looking at the heaviest of the snows coming after midnight and into the morning drive Tuesday. We'll take a look at those snow totals. Again, a little more impressive than Sunday's coming up.
All right, Brandon, we'll check in with him in just a little bit. In the meantime, Michael Foy, he is the local man charged with allegedly attacking a Capitol police officer with a hockey stick. He's due in court. Over the weekend, new documents were filed in federal court, including new photos. And Local 4's Nick Monticelli has a closer look at what we can expect this afternoon.
Good afternoon. So this federal hearing is about detention. Can Foy be released on a bail, so to speak? We also already know some of the evidence that they're using against him. This photo is one of them. This is allegedly captured from a body camera showing Foy using a hockey stick, beating the officer. The feds are saying he swung that hockey stick at least 10 times. This is the Wixom man, Michael Foy, that will be in federal court for the first time today. He was caught in this video when rioters stormed our nation's capital January 6th. As D.C. Metro Police were trying to keep them out, Foy is accused of using a hockey stick as a weapon, beating a police officer who was knocked to the ground. In fact, take a look at this. In a court filing over the weekend, the feds are using screen grabs from that officer's body cam, which allegedly shows Foy attacking him with that hockey stick, the same stick that was found in Foy's home when they arrested him. In that same court filing, prosecutors took the time to highlight Foy in pictures from the multiple videos that were recorded. U.S. prosecutors say Foy is a former Marine, trained in combat, and took a leading role in the Capitol violence. In their argument to keep him locked up without bond, the feds write, Michael Foy poses a demonstrated danger to the community and to himself if released on bond. He stormed the Capitol and assaulted police officers. His conduct was more than violent, it was reckless. The severity of his conduct, coupled with his current mental health issues, make Foy a danger to the community and to himself. In the court documents, the feds were also alleging some substance and alcohol abuse, saying Foy was a heavy drinker, saying he was drinking up to 10 beers a day, even the day before his arrest. I'm Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, Nick, thank you. Let's turn our attention now to the coronavirus, as we've just learned that Moderna believes its vaccine is effective against the new variants, but it's also making a version that could be used as a booster. The United States has passed now 25,144,000 coronavirus cases, and more than 419,000 people have died from the virus. These are numbers coming from the Johns Hopkins University database. Meanwhile, here at home, we're expecting new coronavirus case numbers sometime this afternoon. And Governor Gretchen Whitmer will be updating us on the pandemic at 1:30 this afternoon. You can watch that live right here on Local 4 and on clickondetroit.com. The CDC is reviewing new data that suggests the coronavirus variant identified in the UK could be more deadly. While the current data is not conclusive, researchers are working to get more information. Here at home, there have been 13 confirmed and 10 probable cases of that UK variant in University of Michigan undergraduate students. Because of that, U of M is pausing sports for 2 weeks after the cases were confirmed in the athletic department. Washtenaw County is asking for anyone that believes that they were exposed to get tested, and we have a list of possible exposure sites and testing sites on our website. You can go to clickondetroit.com for that. Let's get to your political headlines this afternoon. President Joe Biden just lifted the ban on transgender people serving in the United States military, and he's also expected to sign new travel restrictions today as the new administration tries to control the spread of the coronavirus here in the U.S. Tracy Potts has a closer look at that, plus the latest on COVID relief.
We now have an idea when the Trump impeachment trial will start. It's a couple of weeks away. Until then, the Senate plans to work on confirmation hearings for the Biden cabinet and money for COVID relief. There's a new strain of COVID in South Africa, and non-U.S. citizens who traveled there will not be allowed in the U.S. under new restrictions President Biden plans to sign today. He's also blocking visitors from Brazil and much of Europe, including the U.K., where there's another new version of the virus.
The best way to prevent the further evolution of these mutants is to vaccinate as many people as possible.
The Biden team is efforting 100 million shots in 100 days. They claim the Trump administration left no plan.
We need more vaccine. We need more vaccinators. We need more vaccination sites.
President Biden spent more than an hour on the phone Sunday with 8 Senate Republicans and 8 Democrats talking COVID relief. He's hoping to make progress before former President Trump's impeachment trial starts February 8th.
It will be a fair trial, but it will move relatively quickly.
Lawmakers debating whether trying a former president is constitutional.
I think the trial is stupid. I think it's counterproductive. We already have a flaming fire in this country, and it's like taking a bunch of gasoline and pouring it on top of the fire.
The formal charge of inciting an insurrection due to arrive in the Senate tonight. House managers say they are ready to present their case. I'm Tracy Potts.
All right, Tracy, thank you. New at noon, the Supreme Court orders the dismissal of 2 lawsuits that accuse Donald Trump of unconstitutionally profiting from being president. The lawsuits accuse Trump of violating the Constitution's 2 emoluments clauses, one clause that bars a president from accepting benefits from foreign governments without consent from Congress, while the other bars receipt of any benefit other than a salary from the U.S. government or state. Meanwhile, Trump's lawyer, personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, is being sued by vote auditing company Dominion Voting Systems for defamation. The lawsuit, which was filed in D.C. District Court this morning, claims that Giuliani pushed lies about the election fraud on his podcast and during TV appearances. Dominion is now seeking more than $1 billion in damages. The lawsuit notes that while Giuliani spread falsehoods about Dominion being owned by Venezuelan communists and corrupting the election, he did not make those claims in lawsuits he pushed on behalf of Trump. Here at home, a 4-year-old boy is in the hospital after police say that he accidentally shot himself on the city's west side. It happened at a home in Hubble, right near Linden, around 11 last night. Police tell us that the boy found the gun and shot himself in the body. Right now, he's in stable condition. It's not known who the gun belongs to, but the investigation is still ongoing, and we do expect an update from police on this sad story a little bit later today. A man charged in the shooting death of a little girl last October is due back in court today. Christian Mitchell Childress is his name, and he faces first-degree premeditated murder charges in the death of this little 7-year-old girl named Reginae Williams. Police say that he was in a car that shot through the home on Detroit's east side back in October. And investigators say the child was killed after a bullet hit her while she was just sitting on the couch. Another man has also been arrested and charged, and today's preliminary exam will determine if there's enough evidence to go to trial. All right, so to come here on Local 4 News at noon, health officials have new guidance about mask wearing to protect you from this new and more contagious strain of the virus, the coronavirus that is, and some are actually circulating around Metro Detroit. We'll talk about it.